Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start reclaiming your confidence. Start standing in your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. I am here to remind you I'm a confidence coach and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, how are you? What is going down? I am loving my life. I am loving that you're here for another episode. I'm super happy you clicked on this one. I feel like this one's going to go off. Just saying. Because so many, if I could tell you how many messages I get or emails I've gotten or Q&A Tuesday questions when I used to do that, shout out to Q&A Tuesday, about this topic, it's redonkulous. So I knew this was going to be fire, and I've been wanting to talk about this because I want to help you out there if you are struggling with a loved one, a best friend, a sister, a brother, a parent, a child that is in a toxic as fuck relationship, and you want to help them. So they're in a negative relationship. They are, cycling in this spiral of negativity with this other person or group of people. And you're like, Erica, what do I do? Like, how do I help them? They're tripping. Don't they see blah, blah, blah? Don't they understand that this person's not good for them? I want to tell them all the things. And so if you're out there and you clicked on this podcast episode, I'm going to give you some actionable shit. Disclaimer, you may not like what I'm about to tell you that you're going to have to do. Because it's not the happy answer and it's not easy. It's extremely hard. But I am going to bet that you are interested in doing something for this person or these people that you love. So let's get into it, my darling. Today's podcast episode is all about helping people that you love get out of toxic relationships, or what to do when someone you love or someone you know close and intimately is in a toxic relationship. How you can best serve them, help them, wake them up to the fact that they need to get out of that. The short answer, honey buns, is there ain't shit you can do. For real, like you can do nothing to get them out of that situation. You cannot wish them out of that situation. You cannot nag them, tell them off, bitch at them, advise them to death to get them out of that situation. I'm sorry, but the truth of the matter is that what needs to happen is that when they are ready to listen and hear the truth, and you're there to serve that shit up with love and care and kindness, that is what we're trying to look for. And I want to explain to you why, we're so wrapped up trying to help people that we love, or trying to, distract ourselves with other people's problems or other people's lives. And I'm like, girl, you got to sort your shit out first. And I'll tell you what happens. Once you start working on your own shit, you will notice that you don't really have people around you that have a bunch of drama going on. And I'm not saying, I promise you, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's true. Like, I don't have friends that have crazy drama. I don't have friends that live in victim town. If you don't know what victim town is, go back to episode number 11. Victim land sucks. I don't have friends that are the mayor of fucking victim town or that live there. I mean, we have pity parties and shit happens, but the people that I hang out with and give my prime time real estate to, we know how to work our shit out. And we know when we're in the middle of a pity party, we have what we need to have, and then we keep it moving, shorty. So I want to let you know that something in you is attracting this friend circle. Something in you is attracting this need to fix people, or this need to save someone or rescue someone. So just look at that. First and foremost, look at that. Second of all, what your children do or your best friend does or your mother or father do has nothing to do with you. And I know you care for these people or this person, but you have to realize that the best thing you can do is look after you. So what does that look like? Let's pretend a client of mine recently had a situation with her mother being in a toxic relationship with her father. And let's say, I've had a few clients have this. Let's say that your mother or your father are not good for each other, or your mother or father have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that's not good for them. And you're watching this person that you love suffer, right? And they're calling you, telling you they're suffering, or you're seeing them suffering, whatever it is, but they are not doing anything about it. How do you think, honestly, how do you think you're going to be able to do something to get that person to take action? If they have been in this situation, I want you to think about how long you think they've been in this situation, or how long they've been in situations like this in the past, before your time, before you were friends, before you were born, before you came around. This is something that this person has ingrained into their personality, or has ingrained into the way that they behave, into how they attract lovers or people or friend groups into their lives. Basically, this person is teaching people how to treat them. They're the ones that need to reteach people how to treat them now. And no matter how much podcast you listen to, how much personal development or therapy you do, or how much you recommend them to listen to me or do Reiki or, go see a counselor, when that person is ready, that's when the shit will land. You have to realize, my love, that it is not about you not caring for them, or you being a bad daughter or a bad friend or a bad partner or a bad mother or father. It is not about that. It is about the other person, the person who actually is in this toxic or negative environment or relationship, is the person who needs to be responsible for themselves. Can you care for them? Yes. Can you do anything about what they decide to do next? No. And honestly, if anything I teach you in this podcast, it's that. Can you sit with that? Some of you are like, fuck you, I don't like that answer. And I'm like, cool, you can pretend you don't like it, but that's your answer, baby. Because if you could sit with that, if you could sit with the knowing that your daughter is going to do drugs until she realizes that that shit's not good for her. Yeah, and her kids are going to get taken away. Yeah, she's got to go through that. It's horrible, but she has got to go through that. Yes, your mother needs to get abused or yelled at or whatever she needs to get done with that partner or your dad for her to realize that, fuck, I'm the one that has the power here. That complaining to my daughter about how miserable I am is going to do nothing to get me out of that relationship. Your best friend will have to understand that that motherfucker she keeps letting back in is a cheating liar who will not change, but she's got to get that lesson. You can see it clear as day. She can't. So what I'm saying to you is what you should be working on is not trying to help your friend out of a toxic relationship. It's help yourself to be in the space of being present when your friends, family, loved ones are in these situations. Can you hold your tongue and can you watch yourself allow that? Because there is nothing that you are going to do to change that person. And that's harder than you actually seeing them in that relationship. That's the real pill you got to swallow in this episode. Is that you got to be with that. And guess what? If you don't like it, if you have a friend, I had a client who, she's like, my friend, all she does is complain about her husband. And I'm like, why you letting her shit on you energetically every time you go over her house? Like, this friend, air quotes, is not a good friend, because every time this client of mine would go to see her, all she would do is not, hey, how are you? Hey, congratulations on your pay rise. Hey, how's your dating life? No, she'd be like, hey, girl, this motherfucker, blah, 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 the whole time shitting on her partner to her best friend, air quotes, best friend, and not even giving a fuck about how her friend feels, not caring about the energy she's bringing into that relationship, not giving a fuck about how her day went, or even checking in with her. It was all about a soundboard. It was all about, I call it an energetic shit. Let me take an energetic poo on your head, and then you walk away and you feel heavy as fuck and exhausted because literally she shit on you energetically. All the negative, nasty shit is now on your shoulders. And she feels better because she got it off her chest. It's like, damn. And tell me, how is that good for you? How is that relationship good for you? But I hear you out there going, yeah, but Erica, we've been best friends in high school. Yeah, but Erica, that's my mom. How can I let that happen to her? Yeah, but Erica, I hear you. I know it's hard. I'm not saying this shit's easy. But what I'm saying is you now have to make a choice as to the kind of relationships and people that you want to cultivate in your life. Are you going to allow your friends to energetically poo on you and complain all day, every day about some shit that they're not doing a motherfucking thing about? If they're doing nothing about it, you need to set some boundaries. Here's what it looks like. Mom, I love you so much. Please stop talking to me about that because you're not doing anything about it. Mom, please stop, blah, blah, blah. My friend, I love you, girl, but when I come over here, I don't want to hear about that. What else is going on? Listen, you guys, I talked to you about my mother. I did this shit to my mother. Don't talk to me about my auntie or about these people that don't visit you. I don't want to hear it. What's going on well in your life, Mom? I coach her. What's going well in your life? Tell me something good. Tell me some good news. I don't want to hear gossip. What else is happening? How are you? How's this? I moved the conversation around to where I wanted to go. Why? Because I don't want to pollute my ears with that nasty negative shit. I got enough shit in my own life to worry about. I got 2 kids. I got a business, right? I'm trying to have a relationship with my husband. We're trying to take over the world. Like, I'm busy. And for me to give my real estate, my prime real estate, which is my time, my energy, my ears, my resources, to another individual to shit on me energetically, no thank you. Girl, I'm not interested. I don't have anybody got time for that, for real. Like, no. And the person that's responsible for that is not my friend or my mother or my brother or my whatever. It's me. Because we teach people how to treat us. And if you accept that shit, they will keep doing it. No, they don't know you don't like it. No, they shouldn't know better. Because you're letting it happen. So you got to stand up and say, yo, listen to me. I love you, friend. I really want the best for you. I can't come back here and listen to you bitch about your husband if you're just going to be back together with him and you're not going to do anything about it. I'm so sorry. I love you. Here are some resources. If you're not going to use them, please don't come at me talking about how shit he is. Because it's just a bunch of complaining. And then I leave here and I feel like shit, if I'm honest. And if she doesn't want to speak to you, cool. Let that shit go. When she sorts herself out, she'll come back and realize that, damn, you were a good friend and I sucked as a friend. And that will be cleaned up. If it's your partner, if it's a mother or a father, or a child, somebody that you're family with and that you deeply love, you have got to have the conversation with them. Because my love, if you're not setting boundaries, these people don't know how much it's affecting you. And even if you don't think it's affecting you, it is, because you love them, you care for them, you want the best for them. And if they're not going to do what they need to do, you're going to have to sit there and listen to them torture themselves because they have a choice. And I am very careful as I say this. I know people are in violent relationships. I know people are in, indebted financially or, codependent relationships where if you break up with someone, they want to commit suicide and they threaten that. Like, I get it. I get that it's not easy. But you have to realize that all of us have a choice. We have free will. And if your friend or your mother or your son or daughter is staying in this relationship, that is their lesson, my darling. And you cannot learn the lesson for them. You cannot learn their lesson. You can't learn anybody else's lesson for them. You got to let them learn their own lesson. And it's sad and it's hard. It's hard to watch. So my advice is don't watch it. Walk away. Do what you got to do to protect you. As long as you tell them what you're doing, set your boundaries, be kind, be loving, and then you got to walk away. You got to walk away. I know who's good for me and who's not good for me. And I will not put myself in situations where I feel like I have to rescue someone. Even my clients, I'm like, listen, you got the answer. You know what to do. I'm not going to respond to that. I can't. Because I am not helping. I am then enabling the victim land shit. I am enabling someone to continue to bitch and moan. And then I'm telling them, I'm giving them permission that I am their soundboard and they can do that with me because it doesn't bother me. Knowing that it does bother me. Don't be fake to yourself. Keep that shit real with yourself. Speak your truth. The best thing you could do to a friend who needs advice is tell her the real shit. And she may be unhappy. She may not like it. It doesn't matter. You have to be true to you. You can say it in a kind way, and you don't have to make that shit your problem. It is not your problem how somebody else takes your advice. It is not your problem how somebody else takes you. It is your problem. You got to look after your own mental health. And you cannot put yourself in these toxic relationships and expect these people to all of a sudden abracadabra change because what? They should. No, most people don't know common sense. And if you're listening to me, you're up leveling your fucking brain. You're upgrading your brain. You're trying to grow. You're trying to work on yourself. Trust you me that you will start to have to move away from certain friend groups, relationships, certain people that aren't good for you. Yes, even your parents. Yes, even your parents, if they're not good for you. Why you think I live so far away from Boston, people? I'm in Australia. I love my mother, but I can't be neighbors with her. And when she gets older, we're going to have to work something out. But I know what I need, and I know what's good and what's not good for me now. You have to get familiar with your self-care, with your self-love, with your worthiness, with your fucking rituals of practices that are going to be good for you and your boundaries. So, I love you. Short, quick one. I really wanted to hit you with this because I know a lot of you out there are struggling with this. I get so many of these messages, and I just want to let you know that you don't have to let anybody in. You can set the boundary and still be kind. All right? I love you so damn much. If you are in Melbourne, by the way, if you're in Melbourne or in or around Melbourne, the Melbourne Sisterhood in-person year-long coaching program with yours truly is officially open. It opened yesterday. I am so damn excited. We got like 60 or so women in Melbourne. We meet 6 times a year. We do the work. Surprise, surprise. Our next Melbourne event is the 6th of October, 2019. And guess what we're talking about? Relationships. All about cultivating relationships with confidence, dealing with communication, which is huge. You guys know I love communication, confrontation, and collaboration. All of the C's, all of those are important for you to create and cultivate relationships that have confidence, boundaries, where you're collaborating and you are dealing with confrontation in a very kind and compassionate way. So if you're in and you want to know more and you're in Melbourne and you want to join the sisterhood and do the work with me as your coach for 1 whole year, lucky you, it is the bomb. I can't even tell you. Head over to thequeenofconfidence.com under the sisterhood tab. Work with me, Sisterhood Melbourne Mastermind, and you can learn more. Have a gorgeous week, my darling. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your time, your ears, your support, your love, your questions. I love you. This podcast is for you. Go out there and be great, y'all.